What's up, bag holders? Welcome back to the channel. Here we have the main account coming up. As you can see, we were fiddle farting around with the public account. So if you missed that video, circle the wagons, go back, check it out. But market up or down, the market was down today. We did have a lot of activity. I was doing the charity stuff after the video last week, and I always forget to do that on video, but there's really not a whole lot to talk about. But our orders did fill today. We got a order on the S&P for the charity. QQQY was the income, and we'll go through this and see what's going on. We had a lot of activity that happened when the futures market opened over the weekend, so even before Monday. So let's go through. We'll just have to go step by step. It may be a little discombobulated. That's fine. Our swing here got filled for Walgreens Boots. There we go. So we just need to make sure we've got everything up to snuff here on the spreadsheet. We did collect a dividend, 2 dividends since we've had this sucker, looks like. Well, we collected this one. We got paid this one. But we haven't missed a dividend, but we've been in and out of the markets. I love that approach. It feels like I'm buying time. And in a crazy little way, I kind of am. Okay. Next on the docket, we got a dividend from the Hog, Harley Davidson. We got a sweet dividend from TAP, Molson Coors. Last night, we got a little gift from AEO. Sold them. And I believe this was just a flip, I think. Yeah. A double lot, it looks like. And yeah, we got 1.5% on it. So a little extra cheddar. You know I like that. And we'll take our winnings and look forward to the swing trade entry. The reduced position sizing was very smart on my point, but has definitely affected the results. So just trying to stay patient, think big picture. I need some of these big old positions I've got to move on out. SLB, that was a swing. Wow, and look at it rip. We're still at 60. It's a little early. Looks like a second entry. So let's check out SLB. I actually have a lot of trades in. I might have to do a control F. My eyes can't see this thing. What day was it? Roughly May 20. Not in here. Is it under a flip for May 20? SLB has a huge position. Wow. This was a flip turned into a swing. You can see what happened here. This was the flip. Even from up here, that's why I didn't sell, see? So our average was up here, and then we got the entry. So this is a huge position now, and we just added to it. We've got a huge dividend pending, so that's really nice. And looks like I didn't show any fear getting into the damn thing, so. May 21. I just want to make sure that I have this all correct here, because I think I'm just going to add them all up, because this looks a little funky. But it's set up multiple times. It has not done the desired effect, right? But that's okay. They don't all work out, and that's really important to share as much as the wins. This one had the partial sell too. Oh my gosh, this is a total train wreck. All right. I'm just going to go through it line by line because it's important that your records are correct. I don't think we cut out. We definitely didn't cut out the partial sell. So we'll just put it all in there. What's the price? Oh, this was the, I had screwed up and done a partial order on the wrong share. So that's okay. It was only a little bit, so I'm actually okay with that. I know this is real interesting, by the way, for you guys, but it's important to get it right. All right, that's my final answer. Once the positions start getting big, it does take a little bit, but nice dividend coming in, that'll help. We actually got a sell on CHK. That was a nice flip. Looking for a swing trade entry. Double lot, so I like that. Even with small size, when you get several lots, you can actually make some money. Position gets bigger but safer. And it's just like having a budget with anything else, man. The worst thing you can do is overlever and then lose everything. That is not cool. Because even if the stocks rebound, the leverage will eat up your account. And if you don't understand that, then don't use leverage. But I use it. We did sell. I think that gets us, we're going to miss out on the dividend here. That's okay. I'll take my cash and carry. Double lot. Again, very nice. I'm not sure how the totals will end up, so we'll see if we get to do the charity thing. There was a lot of activity. It just wasn't a lot of dollar amount. So, yeah, it's looking like we've got 3 sales already, and it's not really adding up to much. So, we'll see. Lear sold as well. So we pretty well cleared out the entire flips, and minus a few, right? And double lot as well. This is a good one. Yeah, we might get there. But that's the beauty of it. But you got to do it. You got to stay on it, you know. And then you're automatically, without thinking about it, you're in flow with the market. And it's beautiful, and it works great. IPG sold as well. Double lot. And you can see we just cleaned house. Double lot. We're just updating the spreadsheet. I know it's kind of boring, but it's really exciting for me, and I really enjoy it. So, uh, if nothing else for education or whatever, if nothing else, maybe we just bring a little awareness to the fact that it's possible to grind your way through the stock market. Our spinoff purchase from Friday was Unilever. It filled at the open. Uh, we did buy a little BitX. Bitcoin is taking a dive. You can see that there. We bought it on the 5-minute, but you can see the sentiment. We did sell Hershey as well. Beautiful flip. And you can see how awesome that is. And that the main thing to take away is that we're in before it pops up. And we're ahead of all the robots and all the stuff. You just have to have a little faith and a little courage, right? Weak people, they just not supposed to succeed. They're just supposed to stay scared and not make any waves. But with just a little bit of courage and a plan, man, there's a lot that's possible. We actually sold LAUR as well. So, big day, a lot of sales, you know. So, that's why I'm chomping at the bit to get back to full size and start moving some dollar signs, you know. It won't be long. This will be kind of my hobby during the day, full time again. Probably sooner rather than later. The side businesses are going very well, and it's crazy how much more you get in return when you put more effort out. So that's what I got for you today. Little mini Winnie Bago sold as well. See, we closed about the same price, but we got the wick. So having the order in, being prepared, this is a double lot. Sets us up for success. Got a plan and execute. Very simple. We're just getting standard profits on these. Nothing crazy. We're not getting, surprises to the upside or anything like that. But base hits add up. Here's an interesting one. Big Blue. We bought this during the statement video in the investing account as our dog of the Dow play. So it's really satisfying to see this thing roll. And you see we're significantly down. But up here at the top, I got, what's the high of the day? It's 178.46. I got 177.58 a share. So pretty good. RSI was banging like a 68. So I just took it. Especially on a shape like this, you can see we got our entry, but it went against us. So if I can get out in profits, happy to do that. It's not going to be a big banger, I don't think. But let's go ahead and update the spreadsheet for a swing trade and see how we did. We got a bunch of these swing trades going. That factors into it too, to be honest. 521, we had this thing a month. And it cut around, but they didn't shake us out. We didn't do a stop loss. We weren't running away scared. We burned the lifeboats, man. 2.37%, excuse me. That's pretty cool. It's not anything that's going to break the bank, but per month, right? You're looking at a 25.43% annualized, which beats the market. So you do a bunch of those and they all compound, you do okay, You're looking for that strategy that just kills it every day. It probably don't exist, man. So, oh shoot, I forgot I moved that down during the trading day. But let's go through the day trade stuff. Hit the 5-minute. The short side. You can see we've got a huge position to the short side. And it is slowly grinding up. I think we're buying it on the daily. We got a huge position. So you can see we have a lot of room to go. But if we get all the way up here, we're going to be all right, which should be right here where the golden line will be. And I don't know what to tell you on this one, but today we just added a little more. Obviously, we're only going to buy once a day because we're on the daily chart, right? So it passed through the 30 RSI at some point during the day. Oil. We sold some oil today. Feel like Jed Clampett when that happens. You can see the beautiful move here in the morning from down here. So let's go update our spreadsheet for oil and see how we're tracking versus the S&P 500. It was 618 last time we sold this sucker. So about a week ago. And it's good, steady, ready. You know, it's nice and steady. It happens frequently. We only got a triple lot in here. So it was not a huge position, but it was big enough. And I'm just trying to showcase that, you know, the little wins, they add up. And that just fits my personality. I like that. I'm not a greedy person. That's why the charity comes into the play. But we've sold this thing 5 times in the month of June for a total of 6.11%. So if we go to the S&P and we look at the monthly, how is the S&P doing? 2.91% gainer for the month, and we're doubling that just by little baby trading oil. So that's what I'm trying to show you folks, that you can be safe and pick your spots and outperform. They say you can't beat the market. Well, you can. They're just full of it, you know. Just a lot of buying today here on the SPXL. No surprise as the market was down, and we're on the smaller time frame, right? That's the cool part. If you like day trading, you just got to unlock the time frames, man. And the TQ, same thing here. We did get all the way into the 15-minute position is building very nicely. And starting to get a heavy position in the TQ and the SQ actually makes me feel really good because I am hedged either direction. And I like that. So now the only thing we have left to do is check for swing trade entries or sell orders that we need to put in. And hopefully we have some sell orders, man. Some of these value stocks are starting to pop. Very close there. I'm trying to go through here pretty good. No, 13, we're getting close there. Close there. And if some of these start popping off, you'll see the market get pretty bullish. That's just how it works. That's one right there. FHB, we don't love it because of the RSI spike and the strength. If you watch people online, they'll tell you wait for the pullback. That's probably smart. That is not what I do. So let's take a look here at the brokerage FH. Bravo. Just take a little baby position. I'm taking the closing print 2049. Yeah. And even though we're trading higher in the after hours, I don't care. I pay what I pay. That's it. And this thing did trigger, so we'll take the flag off. Whether the order fills or not later, it doesn't really matter because it has triggered. All right. It looks like we're starting to get some opportunity here on the swing trade front. I like that. These all start popping off together, then it gives you a really good indication of what's going to happen in the markets. Nobody knows for sure, and of course it can still black swan or whatever they want to call it. But triple lot, we're finally waking up there on Cisco. That's nice because we got some money wrapped up in it, right? We would like to get our return. a return instead of a dividend, we would love to just get, uh, there's a 60. This thing just ripped. Uh, Same there. Wow. We didn't get a second entry here, so we're just hanging out. But that's looking like the same shape we look for. Same thing goes here and here. 60. I like to get at least a 65, but typically I I kind of crack on myself for being a chicken, and it's true, but typically I'm getting out like 68. I mean, it's pretty close. This is the swing trade entry here for Docs with the little D coming up. We got time. We got time. Yes. Closing print 78, 40. We flip traded the heck out of this thing. So we've already made an awesome return, and this is just going to really take us to the next level. If we can get in. There it is. Got filled 78.40. Perfect. I do have liquidity concerns, but and just follow the system. And if you see some crazy selling of positions, I'll just start picking off the ones where I'm ahead on and keep the machine rolling. But the ideal is to not do that and just play the system. But we all have limited money, everybody, including the richest people in the world. They do not have an infinite amount, especially when you start talking percentages. Everybody has 100%, right? So just keep that in mind. This one's starting to break out. Here's hog we got the dividend for. Banks are breaking out. All right. This thing was way up today. I was thinking about getting this sucker. Must have been in the pre-market, but it was starting to shoot up. And it's good because that just gives you an indication of what's likely to follow. Not 100% to follow, but likely. Because these big positions, they don't like to show their hand. But if you look in the after hours, you can see it. They can't hide it. They have too many shares to move. They just can't hide. Very close on a lot of these. When they all start hit, I mean, it's probably going to be a big up day. Of course, we do have Turnaround Tuesday coming up tomorrow. So keep that in the back of your mind, not at the forefront and just blindly make decisions based off of it. But, keep an eye on that and be aware of it. It's just an awareness. 32, that's it. That's an entry. And here's an interesting one, too. So you may think, well, we just sold this sucker today. Why would we buy it back? Well, this is a different deal. This is a totally different strategy. And what we did do that many people overlook is we sold a double lot. Now, when we buy back in, it's only a single lot. So we have reduced our risk. 33.34 on the closing print. And that's what it's all about, is controlling your risk level and having money to stay in the game. Order going through. It did not do anything, so we will power on through. This one's making a recovery, so we're in profits on almost all the swings now. So it was good to see. I was checking these intraday. Very close here, which is nice for ConocoPhillips. We'll get this little D2. This thing has a long way to go. We're already up very nicely, and very close on that one. What's going on here? This is an entry, if not ever seen one. It's like we have an existing position from roughly. Okay, so this plays right into it again, right? Just following the system. Closing print. Get off here. 260.38. There should be some liquidity sitting there for me, and there is. 260.38 on the fill per share. And lowered our cost average here. And for a lot of people who do, 2-to-1, profit loss targets and all that stuff, they talk about, basically it's just stupid bag holders that talk about lowering cost basis and stuff like that. But it's just a different approach. They're not wrong and I'm not wrong. It's just a different approach and a different time horizon. Time is important. What's going on here? 79.72. That's it. It's an entry. Principal. They manage one of my investment accounts. Because I am a loser with a job. I'm trying to fix that. I'm working hard too. 80.83. They're filled. 80.67 per share. Okay. We'll unflag it. It seems like a lot of a process, but what it does, it allows me to prepare now. And then during the middle of the day, when the market's in a heat, I don't have to look at it. My phone will just go off. So, a little preparation. It's like Austin Powers. It's good on the whole. There's one too. They're starting to pop off. These setups happening in multiple sectors. We're seeing this one in energy. 125.30. EOG. Again, we made money flipping this stock. We made all of the money during the chop, and now we're trying to take advantage of the next move. We got filled 125.30 per share. Oh, come on. Okay, let's go ahead and set this up the rest of the way. Wonder when I'll run out of alerts. I don't know how many I have now. I did upgrade the account a while back so I could get more, but eventually it's going to tell me, hey, no more for you. You go home now. What was that, John Panette? If you guys like stand-up comedy, you talk about the Chinese buffet. So you've been here for hours. Pretty funny. And you can see the leading ones, that take off, and then the laggards, right? So that's what provides us kind of like a ripple effect of opportunities as long as we're looking to get the timing just right and really, really outperform. This one hit because we bought it today, so we'll flag it. And these are the positions I need to get rid of. They're just massive. Uh, and it was probably, to be honest, a little mismanagement on my part. But when you have a stock like Pfizer, who does one of these moves, it's just hard. I mean, the thing went straight down. During the chop, you're good, but once you get into this stuff, there was no real chance for recovery. So, we needed to go quite a bit up, but, it doesn't hurt anybody. They're still paying out dividends. Dividends still hit the account, stuff like that. We're down here in the lower 40, just looking for uh, the same thing, but we'll hopefully go a little faster. We have a very close there on Phillips. And there's not a whole lot down here. So, but it's important to look at the whole yard here. When you're doing this sort of a strategy, there's not a good way to screen for it. And it's also good just to see a lot of stocks because it gives you a good overall view of what the overall market is doing. Multiple different sectors. American Express. I'm proud of that IBM. We'll see what happens. It could go way up again. And again, I do not feel bad at all if it does because I own it again in my investing account. And we just put the whole deposit in there, so, I'm on team Go Big Blue. But if it comes down, I was able to pull some money off of it too. So it's the best of both worlds. BTI running like crazy. You gotta love to see that. That's a company that just gets beat up on the regular. I'd like to get some new core again. I don't know if it can set up before a dividend comes in, but that would be sweet as well to hold a slow grower like that, but only have it for a small amount of time and get the whole quarterly dividend. That just feels so good to me. It doesn't always work out that way, but occasionally it does. We got a lot of dividends hitting the account, so it's been a kind of a weird month, but it's just because there's so much opportunity, right? And we have added quite a bit to the charity, so that makes me feel good. It's not all for nothing. And again, every time we do that, we add to an income stock. So uh, the slow drip every month goes up a little, right? So yeah, things are going well. 101.77. That's it. Disney. Right before the little D, but Disney dividend is not that big, I don't think. Closing print 101.98. It's trading higher than that in the after hours, so I don't look to get filled, but this trades similarly with what they call the 24-hour thing, whatever. Orders in, order up. And put them up here with the rest of them. It's in play. It's been sideways for a long time, so if it does start breaking out, you're likely to get a huge move. And I would like to profit from that, but we're in it before it goes crazy, right? But a lot of people, they're just on the wrong cycle. They're looking for the market to go up, and then they want to get in. It's like I had two different people ask me about stocks today. It's like y'all missed it, bro. We're at the all-time highs. Not to say we can't keep going higher, and I think we will, to be honest, but short too, so good either way. So that's what I have here. Wow, 34 minutes. If you made it this far, hit the like button for me. I'd appreciate it. If you're new, make sure you subscribe and, spread the word. It's just awareness. I mean, there's plenty of folks out there doing stock videos and probably better than me, but just to be aware that it's possible to create daily, weekly, monthly income from the stock market, not just from dividends, but from dividends and trading and options premiums all together. You can just have your income explode, right? It can totally change your life as it has for me. And that's why I'm happy to share it with you folks. So I hope you appreciate it. Thank you all for watching, and we'll try it again tomorrow.